Good day. This is the Think Dr. Pastor Phil. Meet Jesus today. We're in John chapter 3, verse 30. John the Baptist says to us, He, Jesus, must become greater, and I, John the Baptist, must become less. Jesus is the greater. If you ever meet somebody preaching the gospel and they're greater than Jesus, you hear more about them than you hear about Jesus. You hear more about what they're doing and what's going on. It asks a question. It doesn't mean they're wrong. They just might be out of balance for a minute there. And sometimes I get like, I'm talking about something, and I'm talking about over time. If you listen to me for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or 120 days or 180 days or some length of time, the question is, where does my conversation spend itself? Does it spend itself on me? Do I keep pointing you back to Jesus? I want you to meet Jesus. You can meet me and you could forget me, and that's okay. But I don't want you to meet Jesus and forget him. I want you to remember him forever. He must become greater and I must become less. When you first meet me, you get to know me. You get to know maybe my wife and my kids and other friends that I have. And you know that a little bit. But eventually, I got to fade back. And I want you to meet Jesus much, much more than I want you to meet me and all my friends. That he becomes the greatest that you could meet through me. Yes, Jesus in me, through me, but meet Jesus. Meet Jesus. He must become the greatest, and I must become the least. Father, I pray for my friend that Jesus becomes the greatest influence in their life. And if they look at me, they look at somebody who's speaking the gospel, that they begin to see more and more and more of Jesus and begin to filter out me and filter in Jesus. And then Jesus becomes great inside of my friend. He becomes joy inside of my friend. He becomes peace inside of my friend. He becomes strength inside of my friend to live up to the promises and the request that you make of us, that we would live by faith, by the faith of the Son of God who loves us and gives himself for us. He becomes greater and we become less. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. The Lord give you peace.